What is going on, everybody? It is your boy Nothing But Skills, and today I'm bringing you guys another division video. Today's video is going to be showing you guys how to maximize your flame turret on the build that you just saw me using at the very beginning. I created a flame turret that could hit up to 35,000 on NPC, and that's what I'm going to be showing you in this video, is how to fully maximize that flame turret with the right build. So we're going to break down that build video in just a second, but before we do, I just want to say thank you guys again for all the support. If you're new to my channel, first time watching the video, hit that subscribe button, hit the thumbs up if you enjoy this video, and if you have any questions after watching this video, use the comment section down below. So let's get into the build. So the first thing you're going to notice is my primary firepower is 2,900. That's firepower of 312,000. My toughness is 313,000. That's stamina of 2,900. And my skill power is 377,000. That's electronics of 9,700. You're going to see that I'm running a 5-piece Firecrest, and I'll show you guys which backpack I have. And this backpack helps you increase the damage on that flame turret. So if we go into the chest piece, you're going to see it's rolled electronics. It has skill haste, it has health, and has increased kill XP. Now some of you might say, well, you can also, instead of having skill haste on here, put enemy armor damage, and that's also a good roll there. But I wanted to be able to get my skills back a little bit faster, and since I have high electronics, having some type of skill haste on here is going to help me get those skills back just a little bit faster. Now I am unlocking 5-piece bonus because I do have 5 classified Firecrest on, so set 2 bonus really isn't any bonus to the flame turret, but set bonus 3 is going to give me that 50% flame turret range and that 30% flame turret damage, so that's going to help my flame turret hit that much harder. And then of course, the 4-piece Firecrest, your weapon damage is increased by 15% against burning targets. It doesn't really affect our flame turret, but we'll still hit 15% harder. And then of course, set bonus 5, 5% flame turret range, and then 20% flame turret damage. So we have a total of 55% flame turret range, and then a total of 50% flame turret damage just by rocking the 5-piece Firecrest. Now for the mods, I'm running electronics mods with those 4% damage to elites. I'm going to have 5 of these, so I'm going to have 20% extra damage against those elite and named enemies, and that works with my flame turret. So does enemy armor damage. For the mask, it's rolled electronics. The major attribute is skill power, and the minor attribute is 12% damage to elites. Now for the major attribute, I decided to roll skill power on here, and on every piece I could put skill power because I want to be able to have a hard hitting flame turret. So putting skill power where I can lets my flame turret hit that much harder, and then of course damage to elites throughout this build. For the mods, I'm running those electronics mods with 4% damage to elites. For the knee pads, it's rolled electronics. The major attribute is skill power, just like on the mask, and then the minor attributes are 16% damage to elites, burn resistance, disrupt resistance. The main 2 ones you need to have on here are the skill power and the damage to elites, because that's going to help you have that hard hitting flame turret. For the mods, I'm running those electronics mods with 4% damage to elites, and then you want to have those 4% turret damage performance mods. So you want to stack 4 of these on your build, and that's an additional 16% turret damage you get on this build. So you can see we're starting to add a lot of flame turret damage throughout this whole build. For the holster, I have skill haste on here. You could put health on here. I like to have skill haste. Like I said, I have high electronics. I can have a little bit of skill haste on the chest, on the holster, and then on the gloves, and that's going to make my skills come back that much quicker. For the mods, I'm running those performance mods with 4% turret damage because our goal is to hit as hard as we can with this flame turret. For the gloves, it's rolled electronics. I have assault rifle damage, 8% enemy armor damage, and 7% skill haste. Now that extra 8% enemy armor damage is going to let that flame turret hit that much harder. The assault rifle damage on here is because I'm going to be using an urban MDR, and then I'll explain why it works so well with the flame turret. And then that skill haste, like I said, to get my skills that much faster. For the backpack, now this is the one piece that I switched out. Instead of running a 6-piece Firecrest, I'm running a 5-piece with the inventive backpack, and the reason why is because inventive increased skill power by 15% when at full health. So anytime I'm at full health and I throw out my flame turret, it's going to have that increased 15% damage. Now if I'm under full health and I throw out the flame turret, it's not going to get that increase. But as long as the flame turret is out, say I throw out the flame turret and I go under max health, the flame turret is still going to have that increased 15% no matter what your health is. It matters when you throw the flame turret. So if you're at full health when you throw the flame turret, it'll get that increased skill power by 15%. The major attributes are skill power, and the minor attributes are 50% ammo capacity. For the mods, I'm running those electronics mods with 4% damage to elites, and then I'm running those performance mods with 4% turret damage because I want that extra 16% total turret damage by having 4 of these stacked on this build. Now a lot of you guys may say, well, why don't you run the 6-piece Firecrest? So the 6-piece Firecrest doesn't really give you a bonus damage on your flame turret. What it does is bullets have 2% chance to catch any enemy on fire, which is cool, right? Burning targets can now cause an explosion when killed. NPC set on fire by your flame turret will burn 25% longer for every 2,000 electronics. So that's pretty cool right there. Like, they do burn a lot longer, but I want my flame turret to hit a little bit harder, so that's why I'm going with the inventive backpack for that increased skill power by 15% while at full health. Now for the guns, I love pairing any Firecrest build up, whether you're running a 6-piece, a 5-piece, with the Urban MDR because of the special talent that the Urban MDR has, and we'll see that in a second. This one has 20% enemy armor damage, is not fully optimized, 40,000 base damage. Talents I'm running on here is also what helps my flame turret hit that much harder. I'm running Talented. Killing a target with this weapon increases skill power by 15% for 20 seconds. The effect does not stack. Killing a new target refreshes the timer. So your goal is you want to kill one NPC, and then once you kill that one NPC, then you throw out the flame turret, because that flame turret will then have that extra skill power. So you can see how the skill power starts to stack up and why the flame turret hits so hard at 35,000. I run Competent on here so I can hit a little bit harder with this gun. Weapon damage is increased by 10% for 15 seconds after using a skill. And then Distracted is what I was telling you guys about the Urban MDR. Your damage is increased by 18% against targets with status effects. So that's why having this with a flame turret works really well, and you're gonna hit that much harder. The mods I'm running are a C79 scope that's gonna give me 18% critical damage, 5.5 headshot damage, 2.5 critical chance. Omega rifle suppressor with 18% headshot damage, 4% critical hit damage, 2.5 critical chance. A small grip with 19% critical damage, 2% accuracy, 2.5 stability. And then an extended magazine with magazine size, critical chance, and critical hit damage. For my secondary, I'm running a house with almost the same exact talents. It has 23% critical chance. Base damage is 13.9k. I'm running Talented on here. Killing a target with this weapon increases your skill power by 15% for 20 seconds, just like I have on my Urban MDR. I'm running Competent, the same talent I have on my Urban MDR. Get that extra 10% damage every 15 seconds after I'm using a skill. And then, of course, the special talent that's on the house, the card counter. The way I have the house modded is I'm running a C79 scope with critical hit damage, critical hit chance, optimal range, a tyrant suppressor with critical hit chance, headshot damage, critical hit damage, a small grip with 90% critical damage, 5% reload speed, 2% accuracy, and then an extended magazine with magazine size, critical hit chance, and rate of fire. So for the skills, obviously this is what helps this build out. Your flame turret, you can see my base damage right here on my flame turret is only 20,000. Now you're probably wondering, well then how are you hitting 35,000? Well, that's because of the damage to elites, and that's by getting Talented proc, and that's also by having the inventive backpack. So the base damage on my flame turret is only 20,000, but it hits up to 35,000 just like you saw in the video. This is going to come back every 30 seconds, and you can see the lifetime is 45 seconds, so I should always have my flame turret up with this build. And then I love using overdose since I don't have a lot of stamina stacked on this build, and I get this back every 26 seconds. It's going to heal me from my last segment of health all the way to our overheal at 339,000 heal points. So that's why having an overdose with this build keeps me up. And then of course with this build I run Recovery Link. Now the talents are something you guys want to do with this build. Critical save, use a medkit during low health to increase damage resistance by 20% for 10 seconds. Now this talent, it's really up to you. Strike back, reach low health to reduce active skill cooldowns by 20%. Since I do have skill haste on this build, then I get my skills back pretty quick. I could probably swap this out. If I'm running in a group, I can run triage, heal an ally with skill to reduce skill cooldowns by 15%, and that might be a little bit better. Now, Wildfire is one you always want to run with any flame turret. Applying burn to any target triggers a 30% chance per each target within 10 meter radius. That means everybody within that 10 meter radius has a 30% chance to catch on fire. And then the final talent, Death by Proxy. I do like having this on here, and I do swap it out sometimes, but the reason why is because if you destroy a hostile's deploy skill, to increase your skill power by 20% for 30 seconds. So if you do find an NPC that has a turret down and you destroy it, that's an additional 20% damage you can have when you throw out your flame turret. So you can see how your flame turret can hit a little bit harder. And that 35,000 that you saw me earlier didn't have this active. But yeah, this is how I run my flame turret when I don't want to run a 6-piece. I run it just like this. And if I'm in a group and we have a healer, man, it works even better because I don't really have to worry about healing too much. I can even swap out my skills if I really need to. But having that flame turret hit for 35,000, even when Death by Proxy isn't active, makes his build a really hard hitting flame turret build. So this is the hardest hitting flame turret build you can do without having Death by Proxy active. Now if Death by Proxy is active, that 35,000 can go up. So 35,000 is pretty amazing and probably something you guys might want to try out, see if you guys enjoy it. I know a lot of you guys do like my flame turret build when I was running the 6-piece, but I think you guys might like this one more if you like letting your flame turret do a lot of the damage. Let me know what you guys think about this build. I've been messing around with a lot of builds, been trying to work on some PvE builds, PvP builds. So if you guys enjoyed this build, hit the thumbs up. If you have any questions after watching this video, use the comment section down below. Thank you guys again. And remember, if you don't see me last stand, if you don't see me skirmish, if you don't see me in the dark zone, it's only a matter of time. Nothing but skills is out.